Hello there, Rabbi. How are you doing today?
Well, I start my day by having a cup of coffee and perusing the news and the media to see what's not going on in the real world.
Yes. Is it real news? Is it fake news? How can you tell the difference? And is any of it relate to what is actually happening in the world today?
I think every one of us would agree that the media is a lot more interesting than the truth. I take issue with the some of the statements in the books about uh, truth is better than fiction or truth is better, or whatever those statements, I get all mixed up. I don't agree. I think the the fiction and the media is a lot more interesting than the truth.
Well, how does that affect our day-to-day lives? I mean, you have the guys who believe the moon landing was faked and that the media is lying to us, and you have the people who believe that the media is telling the truth.
That is the question, Joe, and it goes back to something. I'm not sure we did a show on this, but belief precedes seeing. If we believe something, then we're going to support it by proof and evidence by what we see. It's really very hard to discipline our minds to suspend judgment until there's proof and evidence and it's analyzed. And the overwhelming research and studies, and any way you look at it, I believe something. I believe the moon landing was fake. Therefore, here are all the pictures and here's the proof. Rather than starting with, tell me about it, was it? Let's weigh the pros and cons, the benefits, the burdens. No. And we start with the belief that a sitting president was going to assassinate another president. I believe that, so I'm going to present you with all the evidence. And that's a lot more interesting than actually going through the process of trying to decide or even hearing the truth. It's a just fascinating. There was a writer's strike a number of years ago, and the reality TV shows went into reruns. And what I said to myself was, if it's reality TV, why do they have writers? And as I did the research and read about it, I discovered all the reality shows are scripted. None of them are reality. Reality shows would be very, very boring. In fact, my age and some older individuals may remember the PBS broadcast about the Loud family. That was truly reality television, and it was boring. And so we have a genre called reality television that's not reality, it's scripted. And all the shows are scripted, whether it's renovating a house, whether it's cooking, doesn't matter what it is. They write in, and I've read this, they write in problems, catastrophes, and they make things up. They make things up about the plumbing or electric work just to make it interesting. They write things in about the cost or the bank, things that never happened because they don't have enough material that's interesting. Because for most of us, yeah, I called the plumber. He fixed it. The electrician fixed it. There's no drama. And there's no faces people making at each other or saying changing costumes. So truly, Joe, the media is a lot more interesting than the truth. I would much rather follow what's going on anything except a website that's actually presenting what's really going. It's like watching C-SPAN. I'd rather watch them unload the dairy truck at the A&P, grass grow, or paint dry. Anything's better than C-SPAN because that's what really goes on. It's not interesting. It's not fun to watch.
I'm going to try and do my best Joe Friday voice. We just want the facts, ma'am, just the facts. And the facts are boring. It's true because you have to think when you listen to them and you have to weigh one against the other to establish the truth. And that was always the problem with TV journalism and why we have what we have today. But I know one reliable source of information, Rabbi. Thank you, as always, for your observations and wisdom. Keep reading. Don't always believe what you read, though. As Grandma used to say, paper doesn't refuse ink.
Yeah, and my advice would be, let's take all of this as entertainment. Let's not take seriously the moon landing assassinations, a lot of the stuff that we read, renovating houses, flipping houses, whatever it might be. Let's take it for what it really is. It's entertainment. And the fact that we make each other miserable or support candidates or have rotten family meals because we think it's true, that's the danger. It's entertainment. And if we take it as kabuki theater and be entertained, we'll all be better off, Joe.